Hello grade 10 students. Welcome to video lesson number 13. I am Madhu Badke. Today we will start with a new chapter, chapter number 4, quadratic equations. In this chapter, we are going to learn many concepts related to quadratic equations. I have listed down all of these over here. Firstly, we will learn how to write a quadratic equation in its standard or general form. Then we will use this knowledge to identify whether the given equation is a quadratic equation or not. Then we will learn how to find a solution of quadratic equations by using three different methods: factorization, completing square method, and using direct formula called as quadratic formula. And of course, there are lots of word problems in this chapter. So we will work with many different types of word problems and learn how to extract quadratic equations from them and then solve them using these three methods. So let's get started. In today's video lesson, we will learn how to write down the general form of quadratic equations. Now recall, in chapter polynomial, we had learnt different types of polynomials based on the degree: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. So what is a quadratic polynomial? A polynomial with degree 2. Remember, we had written a general form for this polynomial: ax square plus bx plus c, where the degree of the polynomial is 2. That is the highest power of the variable. If we equate this polynomial to 0, then it becomes a quadratic equation. So, a quadratic equation is an equation that has degree 2, and the terms of the equation are written in descending order of the power of the variable. That is how the quadratic equation is written in its general form. So let's write some examples, like x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. Minus 4 minus x plus 4x square. Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, this is a quadratic equation, but we need to write it in the general form. That is 4x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. So this is now in the standard form. What about y square minus 5? Is this a quadratic equation? Y square minus 5 equal to 0? Yes, as long as the coefficient of x square is not 0, it is a quadratic equation. So this condition is must. That is, in the general form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, a should not be equal to 0. Because if a is equal to 0, then the x square term becomes 0, and then the equation will look something like this: bx plus c equal to 0, which is a linear equation. What about z minus 5z square equal to 0? Is this a quadratic equation? Yes, the constant term here is 0. but the degree of the polynomial is still 2. With this knowledge, let us identify whether these equations are quadratic equations or not. X square plus 3x plus 1 equal to x minus 2 the whole square. Looking at the left side and the right side, there is a degree 2 in these expressions. So obviously you will think that this is a quadratic equation, but you should not make your conclusions until you have written the equation in its standard form. So let's simplify this. X square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to, expand the right side of the equation, a minus b the whole square, so this will be x square minus 4x plus 4. Now carry all the terms of the right side to the left side. So x square plus 3x plus 1 minus x square plus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. The x square term cancels. Add the like terms, so you get 7x minus 3 equal to 0. And now this equation is a linear equation. So, even though it looks like a quadratic equation, but on writing in the standard form, you will find that it is not a quadratic equation. Let's try another one. X cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 the whole cube. Here also we need to simplify the equation and write in its standard form before we can say whether it is quadratic or not. So let's do that. X cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 is equal to, now on the right side we have a minus b the whole cube. So using the identity a minus b the whole cube equal to a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. We will expand the right side. So we get x cube minus 3 x square into 2, b is 2 and a is x, plus 3 times x into 2 square minus 2 cube. So let's write down the simplified expression for the above. X cube minus 6 x square plus 12x minus 8. And the left side is x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1. So x cube minus 4x square minus x plus 1 minus x cube plus 6x square minus 12x plus 8 is equal to 0. Now the cube term will cancel, adding all of the like terms. So 2x square minus 13x plus 9 is equal to 0. So this is now a quadratic equation. Now let's try extracting quadratic equations from some word problems. So let us look at this first word problem, which says that the area of a rectangular plot is 528 meters square. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. We need to find the length and the breadth of the plot. So the length and the breadth are the quantities that you want to find out. So these are the unknown quantities which we will denote by the variable. But a quadratic equation has just one variable. Since there are two unknown quantities here, we are going to represent one in terms of the other. So the length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. So length can be expressed in terms of its breadth. So the breadth should be represented using a variable. So let the breadth be x meters. It's given that the length and breadth are in meters. So now we can write down the length. Therefore, the length according to the question will be 1 more than twice its breadth. So twice its breadth is 2x and 1 more is plus 1. Now we use the first sentence. The area of the rectangular plot is 528. We know that the length into breadth is area, and that is given as 528. So we replace length with 2x plus 1 and the breadth with x equal to 528. Now we have represented the problem in mathematical form, which is an equation. Now we need to simplify this and write it in a standard form. So multiplying the two brackets, we get 2x square plus x equal to 528. Take all terms to the left side, only 0 should be on the right side. So 2x square plus x minus 528 equal to 0. So we have got this word problem represented in a quadratic equation. Let's try the second problem. The product of two consecutive positive integers is 306. We need to find the integers. Again, there are two unknown quantities here, two integers. But what we know is that these two integers are consecutive. Consecutive means one after the other. So 2 and 3 are consecutive, 13 and 14 are consecutive. So if I take one number as x, the next number should be x plus 1. So let the two numbers be x and x plus 1. Now let's read the other part of this sentence, the product of these two numbers. So product is written as x into x plus 1 is 306. So there is the equation that we need, but it is not in the standard form. So let's write it in the standard form. Multiplying the bracket with x. So x square plus x is equal to 306. So x square plus x minus 306 is equal to 0. Now this word problem is written in quadratic equation, which is in the standard form. The third problem is based on age. Remember in chapter 3, that is pair of linear equations, we have done problems based on age. But in this case, we are going to form quadratic equation and not simultaneous equations. Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him.
The product of their ages 3 years from now will be 360.
We would like to find Rohan's present age. So Rohan's present age is the unknown quantity, and mother's age from the first sentence can be expressed in terms of Rohan's age. So let Rohan's age be x years. Therefore, read the first sentence. Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. So mother's age will be x plus 26 years. The product of their ages 3 years from now. So Rohan's age 3 years from now will be 3 years more in present age, that is x plus 3. And mother's age 3 years from now will be x plus 26 plus 3, which is x plus 29. The product of their ages 3 years from now. Now we can multiply x plus 3 and x plus 29, and that should be equal to 360. So we have represented this word problem in an equation form. Now we need to solve this and write it in the standard form. So multiplying the brackets, x square plus 29x plus 3x plus 87 equal to 360. Adding the like terms and then carrying 360 to the left side, we get 32x plus 87 minus 360 equal to 0. Adding the constants, we will get 273 equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation in its standard form.
Question 4 is a word problem based on speed, distance and time.
A train travels a distance of 480 kilometers at uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 kilometers per hour less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. We need to find the speed of the train. The speed of the train over here is the unknown quantity. So let us represent this by a variable. Let speed of train be x kilometers per hour. This is the original speed. The distance covered is 480 kilometers. So now we can find the time. That will be distance upon speed, which is 480 divided by x hours. So this is the original time. Let's represent this time by TO. Now if the speed had been 8 kilometers per hour less, so the new speed, the decreased speed will be given by x minus 8 kilometers per hour. To cover the same distance for 80 kilometers, it would have taken 3 hours more. Obviously, because if you decrease the speed to cover the same distance, the time taken will be more. So it takes 3 hours more than what it was taking earlier. So that is this. But let's find out what is the new time. So new time is equal to distance upon speed, the new speed. So 480 divided by x minus 8 hours. This is the new time, Tn. The new time is now 3 hours more than the original time. So that new time Tn is equal to 3 hours more according to the question. So original time plus 3. This is the equation in time. Now we need to plug in the values that we have found for original time and the new time. So 480 divided by x minus 8 is equal to 480 divided by x plus 3. So we have got the equation. It needs to be written in the standard form. So let's write this in the standard form. 480 upon x minus 8 is equal to 480 upon x plus 3. Shifting x terms to the left side, 480 upon x minus 8 minus 480 upon x is equal to 3. We can take 480 common. We are left with 1 over x minus 8 minus 1 over x is equal to 3. Let's add the terms in the bracket. So you'll have to multiply x with x minus 8 and then cross multiply. So x minus 8. Now since there is a minus sign over here, we need to put x minus 8 in the bracket. So 480, open the bracket and change the sign, multiplying the terms in the denominator. So we get 480, x and x cancels, into 8 divided by x square minus 8x equal to 3. Now we can divide both sides by 3. So 480 divided by 3 will be 160 into 8 divided by x square minus 8x, and dividing the right side by 3 will give us 1. Now we can cross multiply. So we get 160 into 8, that is 1280, equal to x square minus 8x. Shifting the terms on the right side of the equation to the left side, we get minus x square plus 8x plus 1280 equal to 0. This can be written as x square minus 8x minus 1280 equal to 0. So this is how we can represent this word problem into a quadratic equation. This is 4.1, question number 1, out of which we have already done subparts 6 and 8. So the remaining questions are to be done neatly in your notebooks as homework. Goodbye.